Hey there, Steelers fans! Welcome back to the channel where we break down everything black and gold. First off, let's talk about our Steelers. They're showing so much promise this season, and the focus is clear. Continuous improvement to deliver the results that we, as fans, know this team is capable of. Before we dive into today's loaded show, do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an update. Got it? Alright, let's talk about the hottest topics in Steeler Nation right now. When the Steelers traded their 2020 first-round pick for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, the NFL world was stunned. The timing, shortly after Ben Roethlisberger's season-ending injury, left many scratching their heads. Why make a big move for a season that seemed lost? But Fitzpatrick quickly silenced doubters, racking up 7 takeaways in his first season with the Steelers, including 2 game-changing defensive touchdowns. Fast forward to today, and Fitzpatrick's role has evolved. While his splash plays have decreased, he didn't record a single interception in 2023 and has just 1 forced fumble in 2024. His value to the defense remains undeniable. Steelers insider Mark Kaboly weighed in recently, stating, "Absolutely, I would re-sign him. Even though he has lacked splash plays over the past year, there is more to it than interceptions. Some players mean more to the team than just stats, and that's Fitzpatrick. You can't imagine what he means to this defense as a whole. He's a lifer, just like Hayward, Watt, and Freiermuth." Critics might point to his declining stats, but the Steelers coaches and analysts close to the team argue that Fitzpatrick's role has shifted. Instead of being the primary ball hawk, he's been tasked with taking away key areas of the field, forcing opposing quarterbacks into mistakes elsewhere. And it's working. The Steelers currently lead the NFL in turnovers forced, proving that Fitzpatrick's presence, even without gaudy numbers, has a massive impact on the team's defensive success. With his current contract running through 2026, re-signing Fitzpatrick isn't an immediate concern, but when the time comes, the Steelers will likely agree with Kaboly. Fitzpatrick is a cornerstone of this defense, both now and for the future. Let's talk about the decision that's dividing Steeler Nation: not picking up Najee Harris's 5th-year option. The move makes Harris a free agent at the end of the season, and while some fans supported the decision due to past inconsistencies, Harris is making his case for a new deal. Currently sitting at 824 rushing yards through 13 games, Harris is on pace to surpass his rookie season career high. His late-season surge has been a key factor in the Steelers' offensive resurgence, especially with the improved play of quarterback Russell Wilson. Many fans and analysts now wonder if the Steelers made a mistake by not locking Harris in for an additional year. With his bruising running style, workhorse mentality, and improving production, Harris looks like the kind of back who can anchor this offense for years to come. The Steelers will have a tough decision this offseason: commit to Harris with a long-term deal, or risk letting him walk and betting on their ability to find his replacement in the draft or free agency. And now for the drama everyone's talking about: George Pickens and his war of words with the Cleveland Browns. After the Steelers' narrow 24-19 loss to Cleveland earlier this season, Pickens made waves by calling the Browns a bad football team. Instead of backing down, Pickens doubled down on his comments this week, pointing to Cleveland's record as evidence of their mediocrity. While his confidence might fire up Steelers fans, it's also given the Browns plenty of bulletin board material ahead of Sunday's rematch. Browns safety Grant Delpit fired back, suggesting Pickens should focus on being better himself before throwing shade. Meanwhile, the rivalry between Pickens and Browns cornerback Greg Newsome II, which boiled over into a sideline altercation during their last matchup, promises to be a major storyline on Sunday. Steelers Nation, this isn't just another game. Here's what's at stake. 1. AFC North race. The Steelers are neck and neck with the Ravens for the division crown. Every divisional game counts. 2. Momentum. As the playoff race tightens, building momentum is crucial for a deep postseason run. 3. Pickens' growth. This game is a test of Pickens' ability to channel his competitive fire into productive play, rather than costly penalties or distractions. If the Steelers want to come out on top, they'll need to focus on these key areas. 1. Discipline on offense. Pickens has to keep his emotions in check. No taunting, no unnecessary penalties, just big plays. 2. Control the line of scrimmage. The Steelers' defense, led by T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, has to dominate the Browns' offensive line and disrupt their passing game. 3. Leverage Fitzpatrick's presence. Even if he's not making splash plays, Fitzpatrick's ability to shut down key areas of the field can create opportunities for turnovers elsewhere. When the Steelers signed quarterback Russell Wilson during the 2024 offseason, reactions were mixed. On one hand, fans were thrilled to have a former Super Bowl champion under center. On the other, skeptics were concerned about Wilson's recent struggles in Denver and the diva narrative that followed him. But now, just 6 games into his Steelers career, it's safe to say Wilson has silenced most of the doubters. His 5-1 record as a starter speaks for itself, but it's not just the wins that have the fan base buzzing. It's how Wilson plays the game, and perhaps even more importantly, how he carries himself off the field. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin addressed the media after the team's Week 13 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals, a thrilling shootout against Joe Burrow. When asked why Wilson seems to fit so seamlessly into the Steelers' culture, Tomlin didn't hold back. "He's a football guy," Tomlin said. "He loves football. He likes to work. I think that if you have that general approach, this is probably an easy train to get on because that's my tenor, that's our tenor. We love football. We like to work at it. We like to take the mystique out of performance. You do that through high energy and urgent preparation, and all those things appear to be naturally him. That ethos, hard work, preparation, and a love for the game, is what Pittsburgh football has been about for over 50 years. This is a city that values grit and toughness, and its fan base has always gravitated toward players who embody those qualities. Fans loved Ben Roethlisberger for his ability to outbattle opponents, often playing through injuries and finding ways to win in clutch moments. Now, they're beginning to see that same Steelers DNA in Wilson. It's not just Wilson's performance on the field that's winning over fans, it's his leadership off the field as well. He's been spotted mentoring younger players, including wide receiver George Pickens, who has faced his share of challenges this season. At first, some critics dismissed Wilson's actions as a calculated PR move, but his consistency and genuine effort have changed the narrative. After a couple of difficult seasons, Wilson seems determined to rebuild his legacy, and he's embraced Pittsburgh as the place to do it. The city and its fan base are embracing him right back. Pittsburgh isn't just a stop on Wilson's career path, it's starting to feel like a second home. While Wilson has taken the reins as the starter, the Steelers have been creative in finding ways to utilize Justin Fields, who stepped in admirably during Wilson's early season absence. Fields went 4-2 as the starter and has shown he can contribute even with Wilson back in the lineup. Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith praised Fields' versatility, saying the team is fortunate to have 2 starting-caliber quarterbacks. Fields has primarily been used in short yardage and red zone situations, where his athleticism and running ability can create mismatches for opposing defenses. The transition hasn't been without its hiccups. In their Week 11 matchup against the Ravens, the Steelers unveiled a few special packages for Fields. While his presence added a new wrinkle to the offense, it also created some confusion at times. But the potential is there. Fields showed his value in the Week 13 win over the Bengals, converting a critical 3rd down late in the game to seal the victory. Moving forward, the Steelers will need to expand Fields' role, incorporating more passing plays to keep defenses guessing. If they can strike the right balance, Fields could become a true X-factor as the season progresses. What's becoming increasingly clear is that this Steelers team is built on depth, resilience, and a shared commitment to winning. Whether it's Wilson's veteran leadership, Fields' versatility, or the continued growth of stars like George Pickens, there's a sense that this group is capable of something special. As the playoff race heats up, the Steelers will need to keep building on their strengths while addressing areas for improvement. Here's what to watch for in the coming weeks. Wilson's continued growth. Can Wilson maintain his high level of play and further establish himself as a leader? Fields' role expansion. How creative will the Steelers get in utilizing Fields, and can he become a consistent difference-maker in key situations? Team chemistry. With a mix of veterans and young talent, the Steelers' ability to gel as a unit will be critical down the stretch. Alright, that's a wrap on today's breakdown. We covered a lot: Minkah Fitzpatrick's future, Najee Harris's contract situation, and the fiery rivalry between George Pickens and the Browns. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the Steelers should re-sign Minkah Fitzpatrick when the time comes? Did the team make the right call by not picking up Najee Harris's 5th-year option? And what's your prediction for this Sunday's rematch with Cleveland? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and share it with your fellow Steelers fans. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, Here we go, Steelers.